exactly when I start streaming, the neighbor starts drilling the wall. But anyway, so I think because of that, I'm gonna make quite a short stream this day. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the day 8 of coding the startup for the Salesforce ecosystem. Ah, so I created here a filter for sound. I hope you can't hear it because my microphone is really made for to capture the voice of me. But this is annoying. This is annoying. Exactly on the time where I start streaming. So welcome to the day 8. What we are building? We are building the best platform for learning how to code for people who start with complete zero and go to their first junior role. We do it for a very specific niche, Salesforce, because I am a Salesforce developer. I have... So I don't know, I don't know if you can actually hear that. Anyway, let's check out the stream, if the stream is going. Yes, the stream is going. Let me check the sound if you can hear it. No, you can't. Like, looks like from the stream, looks like you can't hear the you can't hear the drilling part, which is good. So I hope that the filter is working. But anyway, so I am a Salesforce developer. I have no idea about React. I have no idea about Next.js. I have no idea about Figma design, and I basically designed everything from scratch in the Figma. So I'm gonna show you what we have so far. And oops. Before that, let me try to fix the layout. Oh, that seems correct for me. So we designed here a lot of different pages. We have a landing page, we have a course page, we have here a checker where you write the code, where you see the tests. And when I say we, I mean me as a kind of something like a founder, developer, marketer, everything together. Streamer now, YouTuber, and Sasha as a React developer, and Igor as a marketing manager, basically. So the plan where we left yesterday is the plan, and let me check again. Everything works. I'm always freaking out that I'm in the wrong stream. Yeah, everything works. Awesome. So where we left the last time is that we had this thing. So recap, we have on the GitHub, we already have the backend done. So your profile, yes, this one. So we already have the backend with authentication to the Salesforce done, and currently it's written with Express.js and React, right? So I mean, not the backend, the frontend part that Sasha was trying out. I have no idea about the React itself, so we decided to go for the Next.js in general because we kind of feel like the Next.js is a better technology, is a more modern technology, and it offers. This is now I'm repeating the things that I learned. It offers server-side rendering, which means for some reason it is better for the search engine optimization than a pure React. I don't know. That's what smart people on the internet say. So I just trust them. And in general, I feel like development with Next.js is actually really cool. I enjoy it so much in comparison to the Salesforce development with LWC and all that stuff. This feels like real development. Like I realize that we in Salesforce ecosystem, we kind of live in a stone age in comparison to what people have here with the modern frameworks like Next.js. I don't know if the Next.js is the best one. I don't know. Maybe there's another one. I hear all the words thrown into me like Svelte or Remix framework, whatever. I think Next.js works pretty well. So the problem that, or not the problem, the task that we have currently is that we have this Express.js backend, and and I have no idea about Express.js. So what I want to take this Express.js backend, and I want to try to implement the authentication part of the Salesforce in Next.js. So for that, I need to understand how to implement backend on the Next.js. And what I discovered is that actually it is quite different from React and how it's done. You know this MERN stack, right? So this is a very popular kind of alias for a stack that is used for development. So MERN stack, it means what is this? MongoDB, Express.js, React, and Node, of course, Node.js. The thing is that this was my view how it's done before. So I thought that we have a front end sitting anywhere, and then we have a back end sitting anywhere, like in, can be completely different servers, and then we combine them. So the front end calls the back end gives something to the front end. And I was trying to implement the same thing for Next.js. That's what I was trying to do yesterday. So I was actually trying to set up here a server, right? So here we had the button connect org, something new, by the way. And then I was trying to set up here, I already deleted the folder, Next.js server, which turns out is completely wrong how it works, because I misunderstood completely the purpose of Next.js. So if you go to the Next.js, and it's quite fascinating. So if you go to the Next.js, not button, just Next.js in general, you can see that it has here full stack web applications. So how they call this Next.js thing? They call it full stack development, whatever. I don't know like the proper naming. So, but basically the idea is that it's full stack. So it has all the backend and frontend within Next.js. So after speaking to ChatGPT for quite a long time yesterday, turns out that the idea behind Next.js, and this is something that fundamentally shifts, and this is why I had kind of hard times to create something meaningful yesterday with the Express.js. The idea behind the Next.js that you have, it's actually the server itself. So yes, it is rendering for you the front end, but it is also the backend. And mainly it's kind of like a backend. And this is what I didn't realize. So I was trying to connect it to another backend, and this is probably not what you should do. So if you're developing, if you need like super extensive and super cool, maybe super heavy backend, then you can outsource it to another backend. Or if you want to have your backend with Java, for example, then you can outsource it there. But in general, for our purpose, we don't need to create another backend. At least this is my understanding now. So this is how I see that what we should be doing now. So the plan for today, and I probably should say the plan, what is the plan a little bit earlier, because at this point people are already switching. So the plan for today is to actually try to connect the backend part, and actually try to move some code from my Express.js, that was developed by Sasha, to the Next.js. Don't know, let's see, hope it's gonna work. So I'm gonna start, because I didn't start. So I wrote this thing the last time. Basically what it does is that we have here button and connect org, and then on click it calls handle connect org, and this is our handle connect org, and I see that this is not aligned. I don't like when it's not aligned. And this thing, I understand what it does, but I didn't really read it super close. And what it does, it calls here fetch. So it calls the kind of the backend alternative of what we have. And this connect org, by default, they expect it to be in the API folder. So API connect org.typescript. And it calls this one function handler. I'm not sure how exactly it works. So let me start the local host pm run dev. Okay. Now we're here, and that's what we have for people who want to catch up. That's what we have, and it even works. So I had my struggle here with routing at some point, but now I understand how routing works. Even though the biggest thing that I struggle as a kind of non-Next.js, non-React developer, is that I don't know what is the best practice. Like a lot of things, I end up asking ChatGPT, is it actually the best practice? And I don't ask ChatGPT, is it the best practice because I wanna have a perfect code. I will not end up with really good code anyway. But I ask it because I don't want to end up with really a lot of mess. So I need good enough. I need good enough. And a lot of things, they look for me very strange. Like for example, we have our modules, and we create here a file called modules and then syntax, and then if we want to navigate, so basically we're creating here path, right? So I want to create here modules and then syntax. The way it's done currently is with a to index.tsx. Coming from the Salesforce world, that looks very strange for me. Like, I don't know, I'm not used to have files that are first written with a small letter, which looks very strange, because the best practice for components is to write it with a capital letter. Then you write it with a not capitalized letter, and you name them the same. So you name them index.tsx. It's super strange. I don't know, like that doesn't feel like a best practice, and I can see it getting messy. So I don't know. But this one was also another surprise, that we actually use here connect org. Like why? Like we are using in one document, we are using like 3 different notations. I don't know. my Salesforce brain doesn't want to accept it. It sounds a little bit I don't know. I don't know. Strange. I mean, I will get used to it. It's not like you just tell me that it is what it is and I'm using it. But anyway, that's a strange thing. Alright. Anyway, so what do we have? So here's my backend, and I think it's in controllers, out controller. Yeah. So we are using a library called JSForce. JSForce. And as far as I understand, JSForce is using JavaScript, not TypeScript, which causes some problems here. Which I had, for example, to add this thing that I don't know what it means, but VS Code said that you should add it, so I added this thing. And yeah, and now this client ID and client secret and redirect URI, I need to get those things from the environmental variables, and I guess it should be here in the env. And by the way, another thing that we decided is that we decided to ditch the clerk authentication. So this awesome nice authentication where you sign in and sign out here with clerk, that's good, but we're not gonna use it for now, because we will have a really simple authentication. We don't want to build anything super crazy for authentication, so we will completely take this out. And the way people will sign up is with the key from the Gumroad. So they're gonna paste the Gumroad key, and on this Gumroad key I will have a call out to the Gumroad, and the key will be checked. and if the key is correct, then the user will be just go in. That's what we're gonna do for now. Later we're gonna bring the sign in, sign up thing, and we might even build it on our own, because I think with the clerk we're not sure, and this is something that I will be researching at some point. With clerk we also need, so we don't only need authentication, we also need to save a lot of data about people, and by data I mean like what tasks they completed, what lectures they watched, what is the payment cycle, what is the key, what are the orgs they are connected. So it's gonna be a lot of different stuff that we're gonna be saving, and we're not sure if we can implement it with clerk quicker, or maybe it's just gonna slow us down. So there's something that I'm gonna need to take I don't know, 4, 5, 6 hours of research and find out if we're gonna be using that. So here now in the environmental variables, I need to put the keys, and I don't really care about the security of those keys. So I think I had somewhere I had a test org that was maybe this one. I definitely had those things. Client ID. Well, that's quite insecure to show it, right? But connected app to a trailhead org, that's fine. So that's gonna be client ID. And can I remove this thing? Yeah, now I can remove this thing. Okay. Client ID, client secret. Client secret. And redirect URL will be the localhost callback. Right, and for port we going to be using 3000 because that's where my Next.js is located. So because we don't have usually the way you would have it, right? You would usually have it pointing into the backend, but because we kind of have backend and frontend at the same time, so it's kind of, yeah, I think it should be 3000. But now the question is, of course, how do I actually catch those things, right? So when I'm gonna have a redirect URL, okay, so the Salesforce itself will be redirecting me there. Okay, all right, yeah, then I'm not gonna modify anything here. And authentication, auth2. Now the scopes, those are the tokens that we are sending. So this is basically the permissions that we are asking user to get. And header, we set the auth URL, okay. But this is the response. Where's the request? Where's the request? So this is the authentication, get URL. Okay, this should be, this is missing, right? So because we have this thing, but we don't have this part. Request and response. Get authentication URL. Yeah, so this, I see. So this URL, this is something that we, so the way it works, we first getting the URL from my org, and then I take this URL and redirect the person there. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT is, let's go ChatGPT time. And I have here a special GPT next gesture. How can I make it up like this? And it's a bit smaller like this. How can I make this into my Next.js backend part? How can migrate my Express.js code into and code is here. This moving. Okay, let's break down. So I made the ChatGPT not only just giving me the answer immediately. I also made it to actually explain me the stuff, and it's so helpful. It actually explain. And the best thing about ChatGPT is that you can tailor your stuff to your exact case, right? Because usually the problem with tutorials, so if you watch a tutorial, you kind of watch the tutorial and you understand how it works in the tutorial, but then when you try to use it for itself, it is a little bit different, right? So, and usually I have problems with actually taking the knowledge there and applying, which is quite obvious. The same. Okay, so we have. Let's see how they structure it. So they have. Assume I am using TypeScript. Here's what I have so far. Because it looks like for me it's definitely using JavaScript, and it is also using different approach because it doesn't have request and response. Okay, so but where's the get authorization URL? We already have it. So we get okay auth URL. I see. So this 302, it means that we are redirecting somehow the user, because I remember it was mentioning that we're doing that we don't have the native way of doing that in Next.js as far as I understand, and we need to do something like this, the life hack. Let's see, I'm more interested if we actually get the authorization URL, because that's something more important. Because with redirection, I'm sure I can figure it out with redirection. I'm sure it's not such a big of a deal, but actually getting the authentication to Salesforce, this is the hard part. This is the part that is not pleasant to do. Okay, connect to org. Nothing happens. Console. Oh, failed to fetch. Handle connect org. Handle connected org and fetch connect org. Another thing that I don't understand is that it is constantly throwing me those things. Modules, module 2. I don't know. I'm gonna need to clean it up. During API call, type error, failed to fetch, handle connected org. Let's say That's strange because basically the same code was working yesterday. Here's my header. So I started a new conversation with ChatGPT, and usually it's good to pass like different parts of your code into the ChatGPT so it has a little bit more awareness what you're doing, because otherwise it would be trying to guess what's where this part is calling from. No, so this thing it suggests for me that that the error is because something goes wrong here in the request. It's not true because I don't think we ever get to this part. I think something fails here at this point. And I can delete this part. And I only want to have the response. What's wrong with the response? Okay, can I have json.stringify? Yeah. Okay. Test with a simple fetch. Ah, look here. I didn't see this part though. I didn't see that part. That is actually quite nice. How do we see the logs for this one? Aha, okay. Okay, so actually it looks like we are getting, it looks like the first is actually going through, so this get authorization URL is going through because this thing, we are getting this URL only from this one. So it looks good for me actually. I like it. The only question, how can I see the logs for this one? How can I see the logs for my connect.org dot TypeScript? Because I really want to see that we get the authentication URL. So I want to see that this part is actually going through successfully. Ah, really? Those terminals will appear in the terminal commands, not terminals. Terminal. Oh, nice, nice. So we do get the URL. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, I know this problem. I know this problem. The problem is probably that we have, for the connected app, we have, like, the thing is that connected app must match this one. You specify what will be the redirect. So let's try to find the connected app. Let's try to find the connected app. Okay. Hands-on orgs. What org could it be? It's either this Brave Wolf or it's Mindful Hawk. It could be also this one. No, I don't think so. Let's try. I think it's a Brave Wolf, but let's see. Salesforce. For those who see it for the first time, welcome. Salesforce is quite a B2B software. Okay, so here we need to search for connected app, manage connected apps, and we need to search for the DevOps connected. Yes, this is not the best naming. This is not the best naming because I was reusing stuff. Not here. Now we also, not only this, we also, not only Next.js problems, we also need we need to fight through Salesforce things. Okay, so here we go. That's why. So we need to have the same callback, here. O3 direct. But now, of course, we're not running on this port, right? So that's gonna. But at least I hope that the logs will appear here, and we will see that the authentication was actually successful. So that's the point, and then we can take care of everything else. So connect org. Let's see. If that didn't help, URI must match the configuration. Then there's a chance that this is not the org. Then there's a chance that this one is the org that we are searching for. Let's see, app manager. Yep, that could be as well. But now we run into the problem that this can be completely different, and we might have this strange course problems or something. Which I actually also don't fully understand the course problem. So anyway, connected app, and that looks much better. Is it freezing because of what? No. Can you just go to this URL? Okay, I didn't copy here the HTTP. The H. Can I just click on it? Open. Aha. So this is the logout. So this is what we have so far, by the way. So we have task here, and you can write here task, and if we write here class car, and let's say here string motor, and let's make it public string motor run code. Now it doesn't work for some reason, but this is something that's going to be fixed anyway. So here task 1 up, run code. Now it works much better, and we have tests, some tests passed, some tests failed. So this is just a test version what we have so far. But yeah, it is redirecting here. So I assume that it worked. Now, what I actually want to do is I want to create a new playground, and I'm gonna call it learn Apex and let's say one. No, maybe we're gonna create more, and they're gonna start creating. So I assume that this thing worked. We just need to match the redirect URL, URI. What is the difference between URI and URL? We're gonna need to match them together. And when this org is gonna be ready, I'm gonna need to create a connected app there, which is a little bit annoying. And we're gonna be using this connected app for client ID and client secret. That's the purpose, and then we're gonna be navigating the user back. Okay, let's see. Maybe they already created. No, they don't even show when it's gonna be created. Like just few minutes, and few minutes. Who knows how many minutes? Few minutes. Do you mean like 1 minute, or do you mean like 10 minutes? Here we go. Created. And I'm gonna close all of them. App manager. Yeah, first thing, for some reason, here it creates with my really old email from one of my first job places. So I'm gonna put here ego dot Gmail. Okay, that looks good. And save. Okay, and I'm gonna create a new tab, and I'm gonna move it here so that I didn't show you all the emails. Finish resetting, so it says for me finish resetting. Okay, looks like I still have some open. Okay, so this one, email changed, continue. Hey, did you? Yeah, email changed, that's good. Now we're gonna ask for resetting the password. Resetting the password. And again, the same thing, it's gonna ask me reset the password. And I'm gonna do it on the second screen. Okay, so there are a few things that I usually go through when I create such a test org. So first I go to the password policies and I change their annoying passwords. No restriction, none, no limit, logout, forever, no, 30 minutes. Yep, that looks good. Now we have the password set up. Now we need to go and create a connected app. New connected app. So basically this is the app that allows us to generate the login URL for the user. That's not even the URL to login for the, so it's not even, it's not the sandbox that the user will be logging in. The user will be using own sandbox. This is just for creating the URL so that the user can log in. Quite annoying thing. Okay, I'm gonna call it learn Apex contact email, of course me, phone, enable oath, and callback URL. This is what we want. So the callback URL, let's say we want to have it as localhost that I have here, localhost 300. Oops. Yeah, just to be sure. I'm gonna delete this and put like this. Okay, callback seems good, and now this whole thing I need to pass here. And what do we need? We need API token here. API, we need web, we need the ID. Ah, here we go. Yeah, looks good. Okay, we also have client credential flow and this one, and require this one. Gonna take it off. Think it's good. Continue. Yeah, it can take time, but it doesn't really matter because so first I'm gonna write here the what I'm gonna write here. I'm gonna write here the login and password for this one, and then later I'm gonna put it in my notes. So the login for this one, let's see, settings, username. That's the username, and the password. I remember the password. I'm not gonna tell you the password. So another thing that we need to modify here. I'm gonna click on edit. Nope, I don't need this edit. I need connected apps. Now I need to click, is it manage? Yeah, manage and edit policies, and I'm gonna say relax IP restrictions, and all users may self-authorize. Save. Okay. I think we're good to go. The only one thing left, we need to actually get the client ID and view manage consumer details. Now it's gonna ask me for the password, of course. Not for the password, but for the confirmation email. Okay. Yep. That looks quite similar. It looks quite similar. Okay, anyway. Copy. And copy. I mean, of course, it looks quite similar. They follow the same structure, right? But it's quite interesting that it also starts with 3. I don't know what technology they're using actually for generating those. I'm sure there's some kind of pattern. And here as well. Okay, let's see if that's gonna work. We don't know actually if now it fails. We don't know if it's because we just implement something wrong or because we just need to wait a little bit and it's gonna get better. Let's see. Okay, gonna click on the connected app. Failed to fetch. Okay, course fine. Course fine. I mean, course is fine for now. Aha, doesn't match. Now that's the question. It doesn't match. Doesn't match. Why? Let's try to do the same thing with Postman. Let's see if those things are actually working. Sign in. This way we can kind of... Oh, what do you want from me? Postman. I didn't type the password to Postman for such a long time. Okay, nice. It lets me in without password. So I'm gonna take this whole thing. Well, I need much more things actually here. So I cannot just No, I cannot just test it that way. Okay, let's do it like this. Admin123. I think the admin123. I said that I'm not gonna tell you the password, but you can log in into Salesforce, into this org. That's not a big deal for me. And here is a client ID and the client secret. This one. Client secret, security token. Now the security token, we don't have security token. We need to get it. Settings, reset my security token, reset. I imagine how how against best practices it goes, showing just every password. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm showing everything. Everything I know, everything I do. That's the catch. And for the security token, I'm gonna set this one. And username, is it correct? The username, emphatic fox. Okay, let's see. Aha. Invalid grant. Now the question is always, is it because it's still trying to apply those changes? Or is it because I just set up something not correct? In a lot of cases, what I do is I go through resetting the password, generating new security token, generating new client ID and client secret, typing in everything again, and then it works. I guess this is something that we're gonna need to do now as well. I'm gonna click on reset password. Okay, I'm gonna get here the password resetting, and I'm gonna type the same password, admin, but I'm gonna say admin321 and admin321. So it will be admin321. Change password. Now I know that the password is correct for sure, and I can also go here to the settings. So I did the resetting password on another screen. And go here and reset my security token, reset security token. Oh, for some reason they have sent me 2 emails. Okay, now I have 2 security tokens. Okay, let's change here to 3 to 1, and let's try with one of them. I don't know which one is the most recent one. Let's try this one. Still invalid grant, and this one still invalid grant. What do you want from me, Salesforce? Okay, what about the connected app itself? No. Here we go. Welcome to the Salesforce world. Consumer key. Okay, just let me make sure that the consumer key is fine. So that would be client ID, thread completely. Okay, inserted. Then consumer secret. This is so annoying because it happens all the time. I feel like I'm missing some part in Salesforce. Manage. Let's see, edit policies. Nothing here. Learnapex.com. What are the scopes? No scopes. No, it doesn't show here, no. Manager. Now what's the catch? Like if I use one of my other orgs, not this one, like the one that I was using yesterday. Also not this one. Let's say this one. It does work. I don't have anything different here in this org. I mean, we can also go to this org, right? So we can also go to this org, but I would rather like to use my org here. Now it works. No, wait. No, it's GPT. No, it's GPT. Ah, damn it, damn it. I was, I was too happy too early. Here, that's our empathic fox. Invalid grant. But what exactly invalid grant? Salesforce, come on, tell me. Why is it so difficult? You know what? That's not the purpose, right? That's not the purpose of do it now. Let's just go to the org, to this org, and here, file, new window. I'm gonna open anything, and I'm gonna go to this org. So there are also different ways to go into org. So through VS Code is one of them, and here I'm gonna find the connected app manager, and let's see, app manager, where you are, last modified. I think that should be this one. Ah, the access. Maybe that's the catch. Maybe that's the catch. Let me try this thing. Let me try to add the full access. Because maybe I just gave the wrong access, so for some reason it was not working, who knows. Ah, again 10 minutes. Ah, damn it. Again 10 minutes. Okay, anyway, so let me just try to make again a call out here. No, still authentication failure. Ah, damn it. Okay, then let me go back to the call out here and send the call out and make sure that everything works. Okay, good. Everything works. So I'm gonna take the client and probably this org. I don't want to show you everything, so I'm gonna take out here call out and client ID. Well, what's the purpose if I'm just gonna paste here the client ID anyway? You'll be able to see it. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. You can log into all my orgs. Okay, client ID, client secret. This one. And now in this connected org callback, I'm gonna make the callback to this one. That's going to be the callback. And first, let's try if this now working. Still invalid grant. Damn it. Security token. Okay, last thing that I'm gonna try to do for this Fox org for now is I'm gonna go to settings and I'm gonna reset the security token. I'm gonna click on reset security token because the last time they sent me 2, so maybe they had some kind of mix up there. Okay, now I have a new security token and I'm gonna put it here, security token, and call again. Still doesn't work. Ah, damn it. Salesforce, come on. I really hate the authentication stuff in Salesforce. It's just like, Salesforce, what do you say for me? Like invalid grant. Like what should I do? Like how can I debug this stuff? Like how should I understand what you sent me? What's going on wrong exactly? Like permissions. And the problem is that you see those parameters, if any of them is slightly not what Salesforce expects, it's gonna fail. It's gonna say that okay, so you're sending me something wrong, to the invalid grant, and it doesn't say me what exactly is the problem. Well, which is kind of okay for I guess security reasons, but damn it, I wanna understand how to set that. And the problem is not that I don't know, like that I don't know how to do that. Like here, I have some orgs that are working perfectly fine, and I have some orgs where for some reason they're failing because somewhere is like the small thing that is preventing from authorization. Crazy. Alright, let's try with this with a Igor GPT org. Okay, now I get here the access token. Alright. Alright, so I get here GPT. Oh, what if the username is wrong for that one? No? For the first org. Let's say user. Users. No, the username seems correct. I'm gonna have a look at this on my own. That happens all the time. Okay, so now if I know that this here works, I know that those credentials are correct. I have saved this part, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna click on the connected org and go to this URL and open the URL. Configuration mismatch. I guess it's time to ask ChatGPT. Or you know what? I can ask Sasha for the right credentials for the right org. Not guessing. Just gonna do it right now. Okay, I asked him. Let's see, maybe he will save me. Okay, so I have here postman request. And it works. Where's ChatGPT? I'm sending to Salesforce. It works well. Well, but when I am sending same request to Next.js, it seems not to work. With following exception, and then here's my code. I wouldn't call it exception. I would say it's an error, right? Because exception is something that happens more during the runtime. And what is the error? The error, if I click here on this button, it's gonna say error URI. Where's the here we go. The error. Send a message. Please, ChatGPT, help me. Oh no, I didn't include the screenshot. Ah, damn it. Okay, here we go. Stop, ChatGPT. Stop. Actually, need to include the screenshot of the postman request. I don't know any other way to actually take this whole request and somehow copy paste it. Save? Is it save? No, it's like send and save. I just want to save it. No, I want to save like just the text itself there so that I can paste into ChatGPT, because it's not really that good at recognizing stuff from the screenshots. So yeah. In the meanwhile, welcome everyone and thank you for watching. From the screenshot you have uploaded, looks like you're making post requests. Well, if that would be successful, I wouldn't ask you. Redirect your parameter provided in the authorization. It does not match any of the redirect URI that you have configured in Salesforce Connect. This is not true. This is not true because look at this. I have this one and I have exactly the same here. So this is not true. I don't think that that's the case. Look at this. This is exactly the same. I'm gonna make a screenshot for ChatGPT to actually prove it. Consistent URI encoding. Okay, that doesn't seem to be the issue. I have the same URI in connected app. And let me paste from here. Maybe there's a typo for some reason somewhere. Here, and then screenshot. Let me do the screenshot. Stop typing. That's enough. Connected app, connected typos. Remember to handle credential security. Yeah, I remember doing that. I remember doing that. Exact match requirement. Yeah, I understand that it should match exactly. Yeah, make sure. I mean, this is exactly the match. Look at this. I can even add here a backslash, and let's see if that changes anything. No. Redirect URI must match configuration. Let's Google it then. Redirect URI must match configuration Salesforce. Yes, but it is the same, isn't it? It is the same. I understand. I had the same thing. Okay, let's do another thing. Let's take the Cloud Prism URL. Let's paste it here. And let's paste it here also for the connected app. This one, edit. Interesting thing that I see here S, and before it was without the S. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Let's see if ChatGPT can do something. Okay. Let's do that. Well, we already do that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like waiting 10 minutes, it usually takes much less time. But sometimes I guess we cannot rely that it's gonna take less time, right? Hmm. Does it work? Does it work now? It does! Damn! Wow! Nice! It does. So I changed the redirect URL here, and I changed the redirect URL in the connected app. And we got the correct. So what was incorrect before? What was incorrect before? Is it the C missing here? I don't know. Localhost. Okay, let's change it back. Let's change this back, because we do need to have localhost. API callback. Maybe I do need to add a slash here at the end. Something like this. Now let's try it. Let's try it with exactly the same. I thought I had it the same here before. I thought they were matching. I don't know. Hmm. But I mean, the madness is still not done because we still don't know why the org that I created specifically for this purpose, so the Fox org, why it doesn't work. And in the meanwhile, I can actually go and try to test with the Fox org. Let's see. Buddy, take Fox, send invalid grant. So I think I'm gonna do completely everything again for the Fox org. So I'm gonna go. This is the Fox, right? That's the Fox. I'm gonna go to the connected apps. Manage connected apps. Edit. All users may self-authorize. That seems good. Seems good, okay. App manager. There's like 2 ways to get into the connected app, and they all show different stuff, which is very strange way. Full access. You know what indeed can cause the problem? This thing is if we have here, that can also cause the mismatch. So there's something to pay attention to, I guess. Okay, so manage consumer details. So if any of you watching and knows what's the problem here with my connected apps and why it's not connecting with the Postman, I would be very grateful if you tell me. Yeah, let's create new one. Okay, consumer key. And stage consumer key. And now I'm gonna click apply. Apply. So I changed the consumer key completely. Now it takes a little bit of time. Why does it take so much time to? I'm kind of making 2 things at the same time. So I'm checking this when I'm trying to configure back my my Fox org. Oh no, I need it back. So connect org and again the mismatch. So as soon as I change it here to another redirect, there's a mismatch. What if I do this thing? Mismatch. Let's do it like this. How can it be a mismatch? I have exactly the same. Okay, we can have a mismatch because of here. I'm gonna put here full. And now again, we need to wait 10 minutes until we're sure that those changes are applied. So in the meanwhile, I am configuring the Fox part. And here we have the callback. And I changed here the key, so I changed here the client key and secret. Now I'm gonna go and reset my password. Get your login credentials. I'm gonna reset the password. I'm gonna do it on this second screen. And I'm gonna call it, let's say, QWERTY123. The new password is QWERTY123. And that's the username. Let's just make sure there's no typos there. And those are new client secrets and client IDs. And this is something that I need to put here. And also, so password, I have the password. And another thing that I'm still missing, I'm gonna close a lot of these things. I'm still missing the security, the new security token, and I'm gonna click reset security token here. And it have sent me again 2 security tokens. Like, why? I think it sends one because I'm updating the password, and the second one because I'm clicking on the security token. I think that's the case. Okay, security token, this. Password. This. The username hopefully stays the same. Then the client secret. Yeah. Client ID. Do I do it correctly? Is it client ID? Maybe I put them wrong here. Maybe they should be other way around. Okay. Maybe they should be indeed other way around. I don't think so though. Okay, I think I can rule out the problem that we have some problem with client ID. I think the problem is somewhere in the system here with the Salesforce. Maybe permissions, or most likely the app itself. Let me see what is here, because this is the right one. This is where everything works. I have here the same checkboxes. I have here the same everything. If I click on the manage, I get here relax IP instructions, all users mails, and full access. Manage. Okay. Enable single logout. No. Timeout. No. Apex class. Run as. No. That's not it. the right one versus the one that doesn't work. I don't see any difference. I don't see any difference. Okay, we have full access, and then we have require proof key of code. Okay, let's change it. Let's change it to require. Gonna click on edit here, so we have the same view. And then we have 4 checkboxes, and then we have 4 checkboxes, and then after that we have everything empty. Everything empty here. Save and save. And let's change access completely just to full, so that we have exactly the same for everything. Am I missing something? Let's have a look at the awesome tutorial from Matt Gary. Salesforce. Connected app. Not connected app. REST resource. Oh, I realized you can't actually hear that. You cannot really hear that, right? So I need to modify it. Live tutorial watching. That's what we're doing here. Audio, MIDI setup, and here I need to choose AirPods and this one. I hope you can still hear me. But now you probably can hear also the other stuff, right? Now probably the filter doesn't really apply anymore. So okay, so let's see. Can you hear that? No, it doesn't look like you can hear that. Huh. Maybe no. Probably still no. Okay. Now I'm gonna disable it. Yeah, okay, now you can hear hear the neighbors. Yeah, I think it's a good point to stop, because this construction thing, it's definitely it's definitely quite annoying, so I don't expect anyone to be super happy with that. So thank you everyone for watching, and see you tomorrow.